Live from the White Picket Studios in Houston, Texas, this is the Realty Ruckus. If you are in any way, shape, or form involved in the real estate industry, this is the show for you. And now, your host, Alan Hernandez.
Welcome to the Realty Ruckus out of the White Picket Realty Studios. I am your host, Alan Hernandez. Sitting next to me, your producers, David Bonilla, Gibran Hernandez, today as the floating head on the show. We are so excited to be here today and talk to you guys about how you can grow your real estate business. Today is a great day because we're really kind of setting up for like the Christmas. We got the whole Christmas spirit going. Check out our little tree on here. We're like getting ready to get into like the full spirit of things, right?
Well, I think we are in the full spirit. I won't mention what's in the little cups yet.
Let's talk about that because this is something that's called coquito. And until today, I had never tried it, but it's delicious.
Wait, is that a Colombian drink? Where's it from?
Where's this from? Do we have an idea where it's
Origination.
from?
Where does coquito
Puerto
come
Rico?
from?
It's Puerto Rican.
Oh, okay.
It's Puerto Rican, and it's spiced with Puerto Rican rum. So we're actually starting the party early this year. Yeah. And we started it, we started it with yesterday's event, which was Jeff Emerson's event.
Yeah, Ream 3.
At Ream 3 over at Spicy Girl. And that's the thing about like the industry right now. It's like the next 6 weeks is all about networking, quote unquote, right?
Yes, but really a lot of networking.
But really, it's a lot of Christmas parties. It's a lot of events that we'll all be attending. We all see each other. We all see the same faces at all of these events. But at the end of the day, it's about drinking a whole lot of coquito, having fun, and wrapping up a real strong year.
No, well, I'll tell you this. I mean, if the Ruckus keeps getting this fun, my wife is going to get jealous, and she's not going to let me do it anymore.
Your wife's in the business. She could just come out with you, man. That's the beautiful part about all this.
That's right.
Like, we can all just go out and hang out and drink and eat for free almost every day, especially in December and November. I mean, that's awesome. But hey, let's talk a little bit about real estate because I know that's on everyone's mind. One of the things I wanted to tell you guys a little bit and share with you guys is how my uncle, my wife's uncle, who has visited us from Colombia, has taken up a quarter of our house with his nativity scene. So like this, like they're really big. They're like really big on like setting up a nativity scene. And like he came up and he was
do you guys do nativity scene every year or what?
We never do it. And,
I don't ever do it either.
Vanessa, like last year, got like this really small little tiny one and set it up like at the bar or something.
Yeah,
right?
We have the little like a tabletop nativity scene.
Yeah, that was perfect. So I imagine
that's
when they were
normal
like,
person's nativity scene.
When they were when they were like, hey, we're gonna set up a nativity scene, I was like, yeah, that's cool. That's a great idea.
That's what you picked.
We'll teach the kids and stuff. And I was like, yeah. And I come home like 2 days ago, and literally a quarter of my house has a nativity scene.
You didn't have a live donkey, at least.
I mean, right? I'm not kidding you. Like there is a camel there that I'm pretty sure the kids can ride. Like that's like how serious they took this nativity scene. They went out to a field and got hay, and like there's literally hay inside my house.
Oh, you have like bushels of hay.
I mean, I'm not kidding you. This is like
so.
Ridiculous.
Wait, did he build like the whole manger and everything? Like he went and got wood and built it, or what?
I don't know how he built like the whole like wooden part of it, but there's like it's covered with cotton and hay and stuff, and there's like a little roof on it and trees and
life-size baby Jesus, or
life-size baby Jesus that cries and stuff. I mean, I mean, this is like the most legit.
Well, now I'm just concerned of where he got that child from.
Well, they are Colombian, so you know they know people that know people.
Watch out, your wife's watching.
I know, right? She's getting ready to kill me after the show. She's looking at me like, oh, she's already giving me that eye. Look at her. She's like, you better shut up. So no, man, we're just having fun with it though. I mean, it's just like a cool setup, and I thought I'd just like throw it out there and bring it up.
You should do tours.
I should charge. I should charge just to come inside the house and check out this ridiculously amazing nativity scene. Yeah, because I'm telling you, it blows away any of the other ones I've ever seen. We have to actually like walk on top of it to get to the kitchen right now. Like we got.
Oh, it's inside the house.
Yeah, you thought it was outside the house? No, it's inside the house. I thought it was in
your backyard where a manger should go.
No. It's inside. This is inside of our house right now. All right. I have no clue how the heck he got it in there. All right,
he didn't build it inside there.
He built it inside, but I all the pieces and as big as it is. I mean, it's pretty amazing, man. You guys actually have to come. I may just have a party just so you guys can come check this thing out.
Let's do it.
And I want you to realize that it's not as scary as it sounds. It's still just like a really like cool nativity scene. All right. So anyway, let's talk about a little bit of real estate before we end this segment real quick. One of the things that we've talked about here on the show is a book that we really, really like called The E-Myth.
Yeah, that's a
now,
great book.
in The E-Myth, we always talk, the book is basically about entrepreneurs having entrepreneurial seizures, and how like people go from practicing and doing the work of whatever it is, whether being a plumber or being a real estate agent, to actually like trying to run a business and not knowing how to run a business, literally having an entrepreneurial seizure, and in most cases, 87 to 97% of the cases, failing.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we saw yesterday, Jabron and I got a pretty cool invitation to go talk to a gentleman that owned a building, a $4 million building. All right. Mm-hmm. Now, we don't get these calls all the time. So when we got this one, it was like, all right, we're both going. We're both going to go check this thing out. We got to see this thing. We got to figure out why this guy is interested in selling a $4 million building. We walk in, and he's like a hard ass, right? He's like, I got to know what you guys are going to do, how you're going to do it, when it's going to happen, and I'm out of time. So I got to take a quick commercial break. But when we get back, we'll finish this story.
Yeah, we'll bring on the Wire team.
More, and I can't wait to introduce our guest, the Wire team. So stay tuned. We have a phenomenal show planned out for you guys today.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepickettrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepickettrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Realty Ruckus out of the White Picket Realty Studios. Don't forget that you can drop all your questions, comments, concerns down below. We are so excited to be here today. Now, before we went off on break, we were talking about having entrepreneurial seizures, and this is based on the book, The E-Myth, and how we just met somebody who was literally going through that. I'm going to finish off the story, but before I get to that, I want to really take a quick minute to introduce somebody. To introduce a group of people who are very, very special to the industry. They have really done an amazing job here in the last few months, even years, on what they're doing out there. They've made an impact, especially on social media. We really want to have them come up here and share what they've done, how they've come together, and what they're looking forward to doing here in 2018. So I want to give a big round of applause to the Wire team, Kiki and Kim, to come up here and join us. What's going on, ladies?
Morning.
Are you guys excited to be here today?
Super excited.
Yeah, super excited at 6:45 in the morning.
Ruckus, Alan. We heard there was a ruckus. So.
There is a ruckus. We're causing a ruckus with somebody that brought some coquito. I don't know who did that, but this is my second cup,
It's like
guys.
9 a.m.
I mean,
it
feels like we're drinking milk, but I'm pretty sure it's spiced with something else.
That is definitely not milk.
So we were just talking about entrepreneurial seizures and this guy that we met yesterday, and we realized this guy, you know, he's made millions of dollars, and he was actually in the tech world, goes out, buys a building, cannot run the business at all, doesn't know what he's doing, and now he's getting ready to lose it. Do you guys see people like that in the industry as well on your end?
I mean, constantly. I mean, in different facets, real estate is very wide. So there's little pieces that people think, oh, I've watched too much HGTV. I can do this and I can do that, and then they actually get into the the actual dirt of it, and then they really don't know what they're doing. They kind of get in over their heads. So that's when you've got to put
It looks so fun on TV, though.
It does, right? But I think if they put their ego aside, even if it's something they want to do, you can still achieve that. But it's all about building a team and delegating things that maybe you're not good at, but you have to accept that. You have to find out, look, I'm not good at running a business. I'm good at this, but not at this, and then you just learn to bring the people in that can do that for you.
You said it was important to build a team. You guys decided to actually call your business the Wire Team. Tell us a little bit about how you guys got started. Where did this whole idea even come from?
Did we have that much time? I don't know if we have that much time.
We got about 15 minutes, so we got to cut it short.
Let's try to do the condensed version. But
condensed version.
The abridged. We want the abridged version.
The abridged version.
Okay,
Cliff notes.
Well, that's not really our strong suit, but so Wire actually stands for Women in Real Estate. And we Kim and I have been friends for almost a decade, and we were both agents and working in different brokerages and just kind of doing a deal here or there. And it's especially with social media, you kind of get this perception of what everybody else is doing.
Right.
And I'm like, well, I see these people; these are bigger idiots than me,
Sure.
and they're doing some deals. And where am I falling off? What's the problem? And so it was basically out of frustration, like it's do or die. We're either going to do this our way, or we're just going to get the hell out.
Yeah. Yeah, and what was your way? What was special about you guys coming together and then saying, well, we're going to call it the Wire Team? What was that? What was all that?
Well, I'm not that creative, so obviously I'm not that person. So the Wire Team, I don't know how she actually came up with that.
Well, we wanted more of a sisterhood and kind of just a support system from not only us to our team, but within the team itself. We've worked with guys, and that's fine, but I don't know that men truly understand what a woman has to do to carry her family, her household, and her business at the same time. Because when you're a realtor, you are a business. You're not just going to work 9 to 5.
Absolutely. I mean, if we're not working, our family's not eating. Yeah. So it does make a difference. And I think whenever we came together, we said, we wanted to break the barriers of what a regular real estate team was. We kind of got bored with the standard, navy blue jacket and headshots. We wanted things to be fun. We're like, when we have our clients, we go look for houses or we have listing appointments, and everyone's a real person. Yeah. You connect with them.
We may be drinking at 9 a.m.
Who knows? So it's we wanted to make things different, and we're like,
just keep it real, basically.
Why don't we just make our own? It's kind of like you determine and you define what you want your business.
We just saw a lot of cookie cutter stuff, and it didn't work for us.
Absolutely.
And doing a deal a month was not cutting it for me.
Yeah.
And I was like, either we're gonna. I can't really do much worse than that. So let's start a team. And we felt like we weren't getting a lot of support or attention from the brokers that we had been with.
Right.
So we learned, it was a lot of baptism by fire. Mm-hmm. So everything that we learned, we were like, you know what, let's make, our team is small, it's 12 and that's it.
Yeah.
So we're not growing. But we kind of, it's almost like the Disney Fast Pass when you're like, just come to the front of the line. That's what we want to do for our team.
Yeah.
Because we've already been there, we've already been there, we've done it, and we just want to share that with other women who may have had the struggles that we had. So not that we have anything against the men, but it's like it's a different. We understand, we relate to them.
Well, I mean, we would hear comments. I would hear comments like, oh, "Okay, yeah, well, I understand you got to go be a soccer mom." I mean, maybe I do. And
people told you that?
Oh yeah, I had a broker tell me you have to do more than just be cute.
Wow. I can't believe that.
Oh,
broker here in town?
Really?
Oh yeah.
Here
it happens
here in
all
town.
the time.
Ah, we won't mention his name because we'd blast him out of here. So you guys decide we're gonna put this team together. It's gonna be 12 of us. Well, how did you guys even get to 12?
I was gonna say we were just coming together because we felt like two heads are always better than one, and if you can find a counterpart to help you balance those things that you're not good at, then maybe you can make something great, right? So we just said, look, you know what, we're both doing nothing. Let's just come together. We worked at different brokerages, and we said, let's just put our heads together, go under one brokerage, and just even a brokerage that may not have a team or may not have instruction, but let's just take it by our own reins and do what we want to. And it just started with us. Our idea was just us. And then as people were interested, we're like, we kind of weren't ready for people to join, but we kind of had to be ready. So
it was crazy. It just came barreling out of nowhere. So I was in California drinking, and we have a mutual friend who was looking for a house, and I was representing him on the buy side. And he calls me and says, I went and saw these few houses. I'm like, how did you do that? I'm in California. He goes, I'm just calling the listing agents. I'm like, oh, no, don't do that. And so I called one of my good friends who's also a realtor. I'm like, you got to go let him in. Well, now we're sharing a client. Well, we better make a team. So
it just kind of evolved.
Now we're the Wire team.
It evolved, and I mean, seriously, a year, 2 years ago, we probably wouldn't even think we would be here, and it's very humbling.
And we're on the Realty Ruckus.
Wait, you guys, this only started 2 years ago.
No, not even.
Actually, not even 2 years, but
July 2016.
Of 2016. Yeah.
So it's still very, very new.
Very new.
All right. So how do you guys figure out who does what? Because both of you have very different personalities.
That's why the team works.
Is it that noticeable?
Who's in charge of what?
Like, is it noticeable?
Who's in charge of what? Like what? Give us an example.
It really just it's
how
like
do
a
you
marriage.
guys separate duties, I guess, is what he's asking.
We scream at each other.
All the time.
Like
Kim, you do most of the screaming, I'm assuming?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I mean, it's her normal speaking voice. That's not screaming.
I know. I'm talking normal.
Oh, that's her normal voice?
I'm talking normal. She's like, why are you screaming? I'm like, this is how I talk every
This
day.
is how I talk every day. She's on the phone, and I'm like, you're yelling. Screaming.
And it's weird to me because like somebody be like, oh,
from a 10 to a 5. Let's go.
People that normally comment, they're like, oh, you must be somewhere because you're whispering. I'm like, no, this is normal. They're like, this is not your normal voice. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Somebody on the phone told you yesterday, okay, I understand you're upset. She was like, no, I'm chilling.
I'm good.
When you whisper, that's how we know that you're really upset.
Then that's when you need to be
concerned,
when you're really
right?
Pissed off.
When the voice gets quieter, it's like, oh no.
It's like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, watch out.
I think for the most part, Kirsten
is pretty natural.
I think it is very natural, but I think for the most part, I'm such a what is the word?
What's the word?
How do we sugarcoat it?
I like things structured. I like things on a schedule. I like to have like.
Are we allowed
Maybe
to say
a little bit?
Ballbuster on the show?
You can say ballbuster on the show.
You can say whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
There's
I mean,
no
it's a
ruckus after all.
I mean, seriously,
you're
Kirsten's very creative. She has ideas, or maybe I have an idea and I'm like, I don't know how to like bring it, and I tell her, and then she'll do her thing. She's very, she comes from a degreed background of marketing and graphic design.
Well, then Kim has her background in aviation sales, so that's where.
So we have sales and marketing.
So it's kind of like that balance that we needed because I can kind of go in and close a deal, or maybe even direct something in a way that maybe was going off track.
It's a good cop, bad cop kind of thing. Like, I'll be nice to you all day long, but if you can't comply, if this is kind of going off the rails, okay, well, Kim's gonna call you. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Kim's calling.
Sorry, you're getting the Kim call. Nothing I can do about it now.
I think it's like Dad. I'm
That's
gonna
like
call
a real
Dad.
term. You're gonna get a Kim call.
Kim find out about
Be
this.
careful there.
She'll usually like message me and be like, okay, I think it's time for you to call. Like, I've already done everything I can do. It's not working.
I try to catch my flies with honey, and some people respond to that, and some people don't. Some people have to have their feet held to the fire, and
it's not mean. It's just like sometimes you have to help people do their job,
right?
And it's frustrating.
Oh my gosh, she had to speak with somebody at a title office yesterday. This poor little.
And you helped her do her job.
I felt so bad.
She said, "Get the meanest person in your office."
I'm like, look, I know you're very soft. You sound like a very sweet girl. You're very soft spoken, but I'm gonna need somebody to like make some stuff happen. So I need you to get the meanest person in your office to get on the phone and do A, B, and C. And so she was like, okay, I get it. Like, she's still laughing. Like, it's like she took it very well. But I'm like, I know it's nothing towards you. I'm just used to title companies doing what we need them to do, and I feel like you're not doing what I need you to do. So, I mean, mind you, it wasn't the title company I chose. It was from the seller side. So at this point, I was like, I have to take matters into my own hands.
Isn't it surprising how, like, when you yell, for some reason, to title companies especially, things get done? Like, it just amazes me about this business.
I'm not used to that at my house as well.
Oh, it works like that at the house. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, exactly right.
I'm like, well, I said it once or twice, and now I just have to go ahead and elevate Elevate the tone.
I'm gonna have to make a Kim call.
Yeah, it's gonna have to turn into.
I'm gonna have to borrow that term, by the way.
Make it a Kim call.
I'm not disciplining your child.
Her hourly fee is
call
very high.
Kim, I'm gonna need you to make a call for me.
Your wife may call me. Like I need.
This tile company is really pissing me off. I'm gonna need you to.
I'm just gonna go ahead and patch in Kim. Y'all don't say I didn't warn you.
Right.
I think it's something that I probably wouldn't have been able to do maybe a year and a half ago. But I think through everything we've been through, experiences, it's kind of like we kind of know and how to maneuver through these processes, and it's like it shouldn't be as difficult as some people make it.
Yeah.
As a realtor, as a title company, as a lender, like everything there should be some kind of smooth cohesion. And when there isn't, I get a little frustrated because everyone wants to get to the closing table on time, and everyone should be a part of that.
Instant gratification, but that's kind of what we've come to expect.
But the thing is, the most difficult part of the entire business, in my opinion, are the people that aren't taking it seriously.
It's too easy to become a realtor.
It's too easy to be a realtor. It's too easy to get into the industry, period. And
Right.
you got a bunch of people that don't know what the heck they're doing,
Right.
playing around with people's money, which is the biggest asset that they have. And then it's like what you're saying. It's like now you got to call them and do their job.
I mean, and no offense to those realtors that are still new, but I mean, I feel like when we get somebody on the other side, we're having to coach them to how to handle their client. I'm like, you represent them, and you need to like make them feel safe and let them know ABC. And sometimes it's a little frustrating because they come from a big box brokerage, and you're like, aren't you getting that?
No, they don't.
Information, that guidance, and no diss to any of those, because that may work for some people, but that surely wasn't going to work for us.
And at the same time, I remember how that felt too.
Yeah.
Being brand new and being like, okay, I have a deal. What do I do?
Yeah.
And nobody could help me.
Yeah, that's the biggest misconception I think there is out there. The biggest myth. It's you're going to join a big brokerage and they're going to actually help you learn everything and do everything.
Leads are going to fall from the
Leads
sky,
are going to fall. Yeah,
glitter
you're
to
all of a
gold.
sudden going to make six figures.
Oh
and it's
my
just
God, it's going to be
easy.
amazing. Do you know how to drive a stick? Because Lamborghinis do not come in automatic. So.
That's the dream, right? Because people think that the myth.
I'm on a beach. I parked my
the
Ferrari on
myth
the
for
sand.
realtors have always been like, oh, you guys just do this and you
put your
don't
name
do
on the
anything
sign
and
and
you
get a
make
check.
money. And I'm like, if someone could walk with us through a day of all the BS that we have to deal with from beginning to end, I mean, nobody would want to do it. That's why we have to drink every day. That is the only way that keeps me sane.
That's why we started drinking coquito at 9 in the morning.
I'm serious. I couldn't drink before I started real estate, and I think I have like at least 6 gray hairs now.
So we should be sponsored at some point.
Right?
Wine
Fireball.
companies and
Fireball, can y'all hear me?
alcohol
Y'all hear
companies
us?
should be
Fireball should be
asking us want
sponsoring
to
us.
sponsor. Seriously. But seriously, we try to tell our girls, especially if they're new, and mind you, we always have a really deep interview with them because we want them. Our team we wanted to make sure that everyone flowed well, the chemistry was good, but that we still had somebody that really wanted to make a difference.
Yeah.
And we always tell our girls, we'll make you feel confident even if you don't, because I think that's the number one thing where realtors fail, and that their brokers don't make them feel confident enough that they know what they're talking about because they're new. They have no idea what a transaction is and all these 3-letter
I remember looking at contracts and being like,
acronyms are, and you're like,
contracts look like Greek when you.
Yeah.
I mean. And now we're like blazing.
Yeah, we're like,
through
okay,
it.
and so we try to help them, like, don't worry about it. You need to go in feeling like you know what you're talking. We'll help you. We'll be the little mic in your ear.
We're like, wear a Bluetooth
to,
earpiece,
like,
put your hair down over
tell
it,
you what
and
to
then we
say.
just listen in and tell you what to say.
Yeah.
And that helps them get there faster than being stuck at a brokerage for 6 months to a year and not make any money because they're going through all these classes and doing all this stuff that they think they're doing. And
then they get frustrated.
Then they get frustrated. Then they
get
either quit
and they have to go.
They go back to a job, and then they're miserable, and then they're trying to figure out how to get back into it.
Well, that's part of what I was talking about originally, that entrepreneurial seizure that people have. They think they can come in and they think it's going to be easy, and then they realize, oh my God, it's a business.
Oh my God, I have to do stuff.
I actually have to do stuff. I actually have to think about marketing and all these other and sales and whatnot, and have skills to do so. We have to take a quick commercial break, but when we get back, I want to talk about something that I know is very, very controversial. It's been in the news. We need to literally bring this to the industry here in Houston. So stay tuned. You're on the Realty Ruckus. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, Contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Realty Ruckus here at the White Picket Realty Studios. I'm sitting here next to the Wire team. Thank you for joining us today, you guys.
Thanks for having us.
We just got done talking a little bit about how you guys put the Wire team together. What are you guys up to? How you've come across bringing other people to your team. And then we decided that we wanted to talk about something that's been on the news here recently. And it's been something that's really out there happening, and it's just recently come up a whole lot more. And originally I called you guys and I said, hey, this is something that I'm sure affects every woman in the industry.
Right.
We want to talk to you guys about it and get your take from it. So we want to talk about sexual harassment. What is that like? It's on the news everywhere. People are complaining about it. People are coming up and saying, or women are coming up and saying, hey, I was sexually harassed 20 or 30 years ago. And guys are coming around and saying, well, hell, I didn't even know I was sexually harassing anybody. Like, I didn't know doing that was bad or whatnot. So what's your take on this? What are you guys thinking? And what is your experience with it so far in the industry?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, this is going to be a long story?
Well, I don't want to make it a long story, but yeah.
There's so much to cover,
It's just part of culture. Like, on the way in here, there was a guy driving off in his pickup truck that whistled at me.
Yeah.
What does that mean? I mean, what am I supposed to do with that? Am I supposed to run after him? I'd like to give you my number. Or, like, what? No, because you just... It is what it is. He whistles and he drives off. It's just little stuff like that that men think that they can do. Mm-hmm. It means nothing to them, and it should mean nothing to us. And you just go on with your life.
It would be interesting to see like how it started. Like, you know,
like where's the stopping
point?
But
where did it start? Like, people were like, oh, I'm gonna get this girl's attention. She's not paying attention to me. Let me keep whistling. Like, where did it start that was gonna do anything? You know, and I'm the kind of person that gets very annoyed. So I almost like,
you know, Kim's like, oh, I would have told him something. I'm like, oh
I
my
would have
gosh,
turned
running down 59.
I get very frustrated
like,
because it's very disrespectful, and I feel like they don't, you know, people that do that maybe. I don't know where the line is.
It's a sense of entitlement that they feel like they deserve your attention, they deserve your affection, they just deserve. And I don't know where that comes from.
I don't know where if it's learned.
Okay, but this was just like a guy that was like driving by, right?
Right.
Yeah, but
does
that's
it like happen like
thing.
with clients though? Like, do you guys get this with like sellers who are calling you to their houses?
So look, I came from sales background. I worked in aviation. It was a highly male dominated industry. I was one of the female sales people that would visit these large airlines, and they were older men, usually in their late 50s, the people I had to deal with. And it took a minute for people to like understand and respect me, because I had to draw that line. Like, I'm not the person that's going to be nice and brush it under the rug. I'm going to call them out on it, and it's cool. It's like, look, you didn't know what you were doing was making me feel uncomfortable, and I'm telling you, so stop it, or it's gonna be a problem. And then it usually kills it, and everybody's cool. But sometimes some women won't say anything, or they're not sure how to react, or they're scared of.
I think guys confuse being nice with flirting. Right. I'm being nice to you. I would be nice to him and her and her. Mm-hmm. I'm not flirting with you.
Right.
And they confuse that, and so then they want to play off of it, like, oh, are you flirting? Sounds like you're coming on to me. don't play yourself. I am not coming on to you.
Yeah,
we are
just 'cause
having
you're
a
being
conversation. Right. Like, am I flirting or am I being an asshole? Is it one or the other? There's no happy medium. I can't just be nice and polite because now I'm being flirtatious.
Yeah.
So.
And then if you're mean and you try to like not give
No,
off
no,
that,
you're a
then
bitch.
you're a bitch. So I mean, it's like we can't win, and it's hard because I know there's some men that probably were like, man, I didn't know I was doing that. I'm sorry, and they're very remorseful. But
They're lying.
I mean, like,
You think so?
I don't. I mean, I don't
Well,
know.
because look,
Like, what do you
I mean,
think?
just to be the devil's advocate here, 20, 30 years ago, I mean, the rules were probably a little bit different. I mean,
What was
Absolutely.
acceptable was different. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean that women really liked it,
Yeah.
but it was just, you don't really say anything because now you're a troublemaker.
Yeah.
Are you trying to get him in trouble? And men were more in a position of power, right? You know,
Yeah.
a woman would be in the secretarial role, a man would be in an executive role. You're not going to say anything to mess up his job because it's more valuable than yours.
we're a little bit more educated on this subject now. I mean, I want to say just a little bit, probably not enough, but I can think like 20, 30 years ago, people used to probably let a lot of this stuff slide.
All the time.
And
All
now,
the
now
time.
it's coming back to light, and people are like, well, wait a minute. The rules were completely different back then. Why are we bringing this up now?
Yeah.
Right? But I get it. Nowadays.
But it's almost like a safe place to be. So now that we're making it a safe place to be, like, you can say if somebody did this, before it wasn't a safe place to be. So maybe it's not that we're bringing it to light because times have changed. Like, well, we weren't safe. We didn't feel safe to, a woman didn't feel safe to say, hey, this made me feel uncomfortable and I didn't like it, but I,
mean, like
couldn't
the whole-
say anything back then.
Well, you said something that was really important. You said, look, if somebody does it, I just call them out on it, and that's generally where it stops.
Kim is the exception. A lot of people aren't like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an uncomfortable position to be in. What am I really going to say? Is this a client? Do I want to jeopardize my business?
Yeah.
And a lot of times the guys will come back with, I don't know what you thought I was trying. I wasn't trying to come on to you. I was just kidding.
Right, and then they
I don't know what that was supposed to mean. I'm married. What are you talking about?
Now they're getting to the defensive
Now they're
role.
defensive, and now shame on you for bringing that up.
Right, and then we look bad for trying to accuse. When
So you lose twice.
Yeah. So
Do you want to lose once or twice?
So it's a loss regardless.
Regardless.
Man, that's
and I think
rough.
even in real estate, because especially as a woman, especially if you're a new agent, I know there's probably some women out there that are like, well, I really want this client. It's my first client. And they don't want to like make waves, and they're trying to figure out like, how do I, approach this? But I don't want to, I don't want to give that impression.
Yeah.
But I mean, they try to make it okay.
It's a fine line
It's
to
a
walk.
very fine
and you know
line.
what? From our awesome life hacks event that we had, one of our future events is going to be about presentation as a woman in the industry.
Okay.
And
I'm
we are
glad you're
going-
bringing this up.
We are
because-
going to talk about what is appropriate and
Yeah.
what is not appropriate. I mean,
Yeah.
you need to be friendly and accommodating to your clients, but how much are you willing to take?
So-
Boundaries are important.
What is your take on the agents? And we all know who they are here in Houston, in the industry in general. I can probably give you like a list of names. What do you think of the agents who are like taking like pictures and literally showing off cleavage every day and being like, hey, I'll help you sell your house? Like,
Look,
what is-
I'm all about empowering women and feeling, my oldest daughter is all about, she's a feminist or whatever you want to call it. I'm all about that, but it doesn't come, and I don't want to say like how you present yourself is what something happens to you, because it shouldn't be.
It doesn't determine
it
your
doesn't
value.
determine your value,
Yeah.
but
Right.
you want to represent yourself. That's it. And if this is the representation that you want of yourself, then that's what you're going to get.
If you
It's
want
kind of
everybody
like-
to look at you as a pair of boobs, continue to take a picture of just your boobs.
Yeah.
That's really it.
And literally, there are realtors that only do that. That's the
I
only thing they
know.
post about.
Mhm.
I mean, it's
Correct.
literally boobs or ass every day asking for the business.
And
it's
that's
like,
fine.
are you really selling real estate or are you selling
Yeah,
something
what
else?
message are
that's
you
fine.
sending when you have to take a client to a
Yeah.
vacant house? I would be scared out of my mind. I wouldn't do
Yeah,
that.
I mean, like I said, it to each their own. We don't want to say one right way is right, one way isn't, but it's all about what is your goal?
Yeah.
And if your goal is to, build, your entrepreneurial business and get clients and get people to respect you and come to you on your knowledge, then that's probably not what you're going to get. But if you're okay with this is what you're getting, and hey, who am I to say that this is not right?
I know
mean,
that
it
part
is
of
what
the
it
wire
is.
team is that, being an all-female team, we want our agents to feel like you can be confident in your appearance
Yeah.
and still do a good job.
Yeah.
You can be pretty and you can be smart too. And you can be successful and you can be powerful and you can be a bitch some days and you can be nice some days and you can be whatever. And it's not for someone else to decide if that's the right thing for you
Right.
or not.
Right, right. So your take on it is just do what you want to do and live your life.
Don't be surprised.
Do what you know, but your results are a direct reflection of what you're putting out there.
Yeah. Okay. So then, what happens?
It's kind of like we tell our kids. Whatever these decisions you make are going to create these reactions or these situations or these consequences.
Yeah.
You've just got to take responsibility for it. So,
do you think that the women that are out there doing this are part of the entire overall problem, the sexual harassment?
I can't say no, but ultimately I think it goes back to training our sons. I have one son, only one, 4 kids, only one of them is a boy, and every time I hear this stuff in the news, he's only 13, but I almost kind of scold him as if it were him. I'm like, you better keep that little thing in your pants. I'm not playing games with him. I'm like, and I talk to him just like that. I mean, I tell him, like, this is what he said to her. Can you believe that? And if that was ever you, would you say that to your sisters? Would you have somebody else say that to your sisters? Would you have someone say that to your mom, your grandmother, your aunt, your niece, anybody, And so I try to keep it really open with him, but I think it really is important how we're raising our sons. We can't do anything about the past.
Right.
We can expose it and we can talk about it, but there's nothing that we can do about it anymore except for raise a different generation going forward.
Yeah, education. So educating the boys that are going to be men here in the future.
And I think all the stuff we're seeing now is from stuff in the past. So hopefully we use this as a platform for people to say, let's not have our kids in the future, continue down this road.
Yeah.
Like let's
little
learn
things like, oh, this little boy, pulls my hair, he picks on me. Oh, because he likes you. That used to be the normal thing to say when we were kids, right?
Yeah.
And now you got to tell your sons, keep your damn hands to yourself.
Yeah.
Keep your hands to yourself. Would you do that to your friend? No. So,
I mean, it's a touchy subject, and a lot of people don't want to talk about it because they're afraid to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
But I think it just needs to be discussed like anything else. I mean, it's good to
part
have
of
an open.
It's part of the education process.
Yeah, it's part of it's good to have an open platform for everyone to discuss their views on it. But
what are the do's and don'ts of sexual harassment in the real estate industry? Can you guys think of like 3?
Well, we both read a very good article. We both read a very good article about if anybody. I don't know if we linked it, but. Anybody want to look it up?
Yeah, we can drop it in the comment section below, by the way. And don't forget, if you're part of the live studio audience, that you can ask any questions, as well as anyone out there, drop your questions, comments, and concerns below. Let's go into do's and don'ts of sexual harassment in the real estate industry. What are you guys thinking?
The short answer is, can you say it to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson?
So if you can't say it to The Rock without thinking that you might get punched in the face,
then shut the hell up.
Correct.
Then shut up.
Yep. And that's what the article pretty much just lays that out, and they give you different scenarios. Would you say, you're working with a coworker and she's beautiful, and you're feeling some kind of way, and you want to say this? Would you say that to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson?
She asked me to coffee to go talk, and does that mean that she,
she wants a date? Is this a date? And they're like,
it was the word I was going to say, but that's fine.
So if you wouldn't think you were going to go out on a date with The Rock, then you just might as well assume that it's not.
What if I wanted to go on a date with The Rock?
Yeah. There's a lot of people that would. All right?
It's a good
gauge. A lot of people like The Rock.
I'm saying there's some men that look up to him.
It's true though. I mean, just because someone is a woman and she looks a certain way doesn't mean she wants you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Plain and simple.
Plain and simple.
So that's the test.
Just be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everyone just needs to mind their Pete and Q's. I mean, I guess you can also use, your mom, your sister, and in these days of dating, I mean, it's hard to know, is this person trying to give me a signal, or is this person just being nice? And I understand that there's kind of a, not sure.
Yeah, are we swiping right? Are we swiping left? What's going on?
And so it is, I mean, at some point, just don't. I would say don't, and then run
until you know for sure.
There you go. I mean, it's hard to explain unless we have specific scenarios to walk you through.
That makes it really, really difficult for guys. I can tell you that, because as a gender overall, we're pretty stupid when it comes to this kind of stuff. So it makes it difficult for us to know. But maybe if we just shared the fact that there is a test called the Rock test.
The Rock test.
Then and then we could
guys
finally
are just
start
very linear, right? Like, are we going this way?
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Are we driving forward or not? Probably not. So.
I mean, in this day and age, a woman can be assertive and ask a guy on a date, right? So if she's not asking you or giving you, don't assume, because it's probably not.
But what are some signs that she is into you then? Because if we're like Alan said, we're stupid.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Because sometimes we go to networking events. Pop my head up on the screen. And sometimes we go to networking events, and there's those women that are real touchy feely, And it's a little uncomfortable because you don't know how to respond to that. You don't know how to react to that as a man.
Yeah.
What do you do in that situation?
Because the body language tells you otherwise.
You move, quickly out of the way.
There is another side to the coin because I do feel like women think that they can get away with a lot.
Yeah.
Because what man wouldn't want you hanging all over them, right?
Right.
So I don't know, guys. What do you guys, BB? I imagine you have that
So,
problem all
so
the
that's
time.
actually a very interesting point.
Every
Jerron,
time I go out.
Because we were talking about this, like guys get sexually harassed a lot. Like seriously, it happens all the time, especially at networking events. And you know, we don't really say anything about it, but it happens. And I mean, we've even had conversations here in the office where like some of the younger guys will come back and be like, I actually felt uncomfortable because this person was doing this or trying to do that.
And it's probably almost worse for a guy to speak up than a woman, right? Like women would say it all the time. And whether you get the reaction that you're hoping for or not, if a guy says it, it's like,
yeah.
really, dude?
Well,
Now-
I mean,
yeah,
horrible
now all of a
bosses.
sudden- now all of a
Horrible
sudden
bosses
he's not a
too,
real
right?
man anymore,
Remember
right?
that,
He
Jennifer
loses
Aniston?
his manhood
Yeah,
for saying
yeah.
that. So yeah, I mean that's the other side.
Horrible
of the coin
bosses
as well.
too. Jennifer Aniston's the dentist, and she's her sexual
Oh, that's
harassing
right.
partner,
I remember
and
that
his
one.
friends are like, whatever, like
Yeah.
right, okay, like that's can't be.
And
And you're
Jennifer
mad.
Aniston,
Yeah.
Are you complaining?
You should be
really?
enjoying. Yeah.
Yeah, you
exactly.
should be
and
enjoying
it was
it.
uncomfortable, and that can't happen. So
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, somebody's got to speak up. I mean, maybe you need to say like, hey, I really want to work with you. I respect you professionally, but I would you like not touch me anymore?
Yeah.
Before we end the segment, if a client at any point sexually harasses you, do you fire him?
Absolutely.
What do you do?
At first, I kick him in the balls.
Okay. Okay. So number
Shit,
one,
you,
kick him
you
in the
get
balls.
you get a quick check. Like
Yeah.
that's a weird thing to say. You stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Maybe that's all he needs.
Yeah.
And then he will stay in his lane. Next offense, you're out. It's not worth it.
Absolutely.
And
All
I
right.
make it fun. I make it fun. I try to put in a check with a little bit of fun. Like we're still friends.
You
but don't
guys
do that
heard it
anymore.
here. We got to take a quick commercial break. You guys, we're on the Realty Ruckus. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
All right, we are back to the Realty Ruckus. Thanks for joining us on today's show here with the Wire team. We've been discussing entrepreneurial seizures, talking about how they got started, gave us the entire story. If you guys haven't watched this episode, make sure you catch it at the end when you can go back and rewind and catch the whole thing again. And we also got into sexual harassment, the do's and don'ts, what you shouldn't be doing, which is pretty much don't do anything at all.
There's
There is
no
no
do's. All
do's.
don'ts.
There is no do's.
All
Everything
don'ts.
is don't.
Don't do it. Don't play yourself.
On the butt a few times.
Eddie Borrego, one of our agents, says he's been smacked on the butt a few times.
By who?
How does he feel about
Nato
that?
Guajardo says, men are all screwed, LOL. So thank you guys for your comments. Make sure you keep posting those down below. Questions, comments, concerns, anything that you guys want to talk about when it comes to sexual harassment. This is the show to talk about it today, right? So let's finish off today's show. We got a bunch of events. Are you guys going to any of the events that are coming up?
We are trying our best to go. I mean, there's like 10 events a day. So.
How do you balance all of it? How do you go to all the events and still produce?
We pick and choose the best ones, and that's the ones we want to go
We just wear a onesie to everything.
Oh, that's it. You have one onesie and you wear it to the whole thing. That's such a great idea.
By the end of the holiday season, it's all dirty and filthy.
If everyone
Don't
could
wash
just
it at all.
make all their
I
events
saw one today on Facebook
pajama,
that they have a Christmas stocking on the front, and you can put a whole bottle of wine right in your Christmas stocking.
That's a great idea.
Oh yeah. I like the wine better though.
if everyone
That's
just makes
awesome.
all their holiday events wear their pajama and onesie,
Just
it's
keep
done.
rolling in and out of bed.
Speaking of onesie, are you guys joining us on our onesie Christmas event this
Absolutely.
year?
Of
course.
Did you get your onesie already?
I did.
Oh,
it
I
may not
can't
be
wait.
holiday inspired, but I'll put a Santa hat on.
It doesn't matter. As long as you have a Santa hat on, you can wear any onesie you want.
Yeah.
I got the Chewbacca onesie last night. My kids love it. My kids love it. I was going to send it back because it's not really holiday-ish, but my kids liked it enough that I think I'm just going to end up
You
keeping
don't
it.
think you're going to be hot in that
It's
thing?
ridiculously
It is
hot.
winter, and it's like
Yeah.
80
That is
degrees
borderline
outside.
sexual harassment.
Right? I'm going to have to put a stop to
Please
this right now.
get HR in here right now.
If you wouldn't say it to The Rock, would you say it to me at all?
Actually, that's by
Well, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. That's what you're telling me.
in reverse.
Oh, crap. Oh, so women can get away with everything. That's what you're saying.
Women, would you say it to the Rock? Because then guys are gonna.
I'd say that shit to The Rock, yeah.
I say it to the Rock
If
3, 4,
that's the
5
test for
times.
men, they need to find a test for women. I don't know who we would.
We still don't have one.
There's really not one. So
Oh, God, I don't know. But let's talk about the events that we have coming up because we have a bunch that we need to discuss and let all of our audience know about it. Don't forget that you can catch all of the events at Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. So if you don't know what to do and you live under a rock, you can always type that into the search bar and you can find everything that there is to do there, which means you can probably drink and eat for free and have fun and hang out with us anytime during the year. So, all right, what do we have coming up?
So obviously our Onesie Upon a Time Christmas party. We are ready to
So
do that.
Onesie Upon a Time, that's December 6th.
Yes.
What else?
Following day is the infamous patent law firm
The
Christmas party.
patent law firm on December 7th.
they always throw great
Okay,
parties.
this
I have
is
to
the
say.
best party of the year. If you guys didn't get invited, it's because you're not cool. Sorry. We'll
Try
be
a
there.
little harder.
Try harder next
Yeah.
time.
Patton loves the water team.
What else?
Bye.
Anything else any other good events that we have coming up that everyone should know about,
You told me
David?
I need to get on the mic.
David needs to get on the mic
Yeah,
to tell all the
I
events.
was saying I need to get on the mic.
Yep.
And so the following week is actually Quest IRA's ugly sweater mixer. So it's almost as cool as
I'm
a
just gonna
pajama
wear the
mixer.
onesie to that one.
Puppies last year.
They had
Onesie.
puppies there?
Yeah, they
Puppies
did. They
and
did.
sweaters and free booze. I don't think you
Chewbacca
can
will
beat
show up to that one. What else?
Yeah.
They're gonna think you're a puppy, Alan. Someone's gonna adopt
So
you.
someone's
right
gonna
right now, that's all the holiday parties I can think of.
What?
Or is there any other ones that?
I feel like we're missing.
Those are the ones I'm going to at least.
Okay, those are the
Yeah.
ones that for sure
Those
we're
are the ones that
attending.
made Santa's nice
Yeah.
list.
There you go.
Or the naughty
Yeah.
list.
We said we were only going to go to the really, really good ones. So those are the
So
good
did
ones
we.
that are coming up. We'll see you guys there. It's going to be an amazing, amazing end of the year. What are some of the things that you guys would recommend to anyone out there who is closing out their year, wants to stay strong, wants to have a good 2018? What are you guys doing to prepare for 2018?
Just keep tracking. I mean, honestly, like we always say, realtors, we don't know what day. If you know what day it is, you're not working enough. And we don't
no
have a Monday,
weekends,
Friday.
there's no holidays.
We don't get excited about stuff like that. So continue through the year the same way that you
They're
started.
laughing because they always ask me, "Hey, are we going to be off for this holiday?" I'm like, "What holiday? What are you talking about?"
Yeah, I don't even. What
I don't
day is
celebrate
this?
anything.
Yeah,
Let's just work.
Exactly.
He's open. We come in and he's not here.
That's how he gets you. And that's why we like to do everything virtually. So they tell them to
Yeah,
do
exactly.
everything virtually.
All
Then
right,
you guys
so
can
keep
be open.
tracking. Keep
Yeah,
tracking.
keep tracking. I mean, you got. I mean, if you're doing a weekly goal meeting, you're going to continue, and then you have your bigger
So
goals.
continue to have your meetings.
Continue to have your meetings. I mean, the holiday's the holiday. We have a couple of days that we're off, but I mean, we've worked on
She
Christmas.
forgot an important one.
Okay, let's hear it.
Drink.
Oh, drink a lot of coquito on the way.
Because
on the way there.
then you really won't know what day it is. Makes you a little friendlier with your clients. and everything just
but
goes
not
with
too
the
friendly.
Not too friendly.
Not too
But
friendly.
not too friendly. Not too much
Keep
coquito.
it. No, would you say it to the
Professional.
rock?
If you wouldn't say it to the rock, that's
It makes
that's the
them
goal.
feel comfortable when they know that you're a real person and
Sure.
you like to, you're not just, a realtor.
Send holiday regards to your clients.
There you go.
Definitely.
Are you guys spending some time writing out some cards or something? What are you guys doing?
Sure.
Writing out. I
Sure.
don't know about that.
Oh,
but
really?
Sure, writing.
We will have cards.
The
Yeah.
font will be handwritten
Oh.
font.
Yeah.
Handwritten font.
Ellen,
Do
you have a
they
lot
at
of
least get your
clients.
signature on it?
I mean,
Yes, of
it's like
course.
I
There
said
you
the
go.
other day, who uses fax machines? Apparently, there's still people.
We're going to be faxing out our holiday greetings.
Actually, people still use fax machines, believe it or not.
I don't understand.
HAR does.
Oh, is
And
what, does Alan have a
HAR
fax
uses a
machine?
lot of dinosaur things.
Yeah.
I mean,
Does Alan have a fax machine?
I won't call them out. I won't call them out. But we had a lender that came in here and said, "Hey, here's my application. Send it to us by fax." We were like, "We'll send it to you by smoke
email?
signal."
Yeah, pigeon carrier will be on the way.
Yeah.
yeah, we're in 2000. We're going in 2018, guys. Okay, isn't on Back to the Future? We're already driving.
Yeah.
Flying
Seriously.
cars. We're not, but we should be
Yeah,
at this
where are
point.
those things?
They're coming. We know they are.
I mean, with the new year, you have people who are about to get tax returns.
Yeah.
They're going to make their New Year's resolutions. So
You should be in their face right now.
We should be
Correct.
in their face right now because they're going to be thinking about it. And
Yeah.
then when they're toasting on New Year's Eve, no, babe, this is the year for real. We're
Well,
going to get our house. And they have
New Year's
somebody in
Eve. Let's
mind.
talk about that because everybody makes wishes on New Year's Eve for whatever
Yeah.
reason, right? Especially in my
I make
house, we
wishes
do
every day.
We do the grape thing
The
in my
grapes,
house. Yeah, I
yeah.
do the grape thing.
I don't do the
don't-
grape thing.
Really?
No.
I know about it and have done it but I don't personally.
For
I
those
just
people
learned
that don't
about
know
it.
what the grape thing is, let me just explain it real quick. And so in a lot of Hispanic homes, you get 12 grapes, and on New Year's, like at actually like midnight, you get a chance to eat a grape and make a wish per each grape, right? And according to the myth or whatever, those wishes are supposed to come through.
And the
come true.
12 is to represent the 12 coming months of the new
Right,
year.
so one wish per month,
Yeah.
right? And so, like, my wish last year was to lose like 12 pounds, and it didn't happen. So I don't believe in the grape thing anymore. But I'll try it again
Just
this
wish
year.
for that.
I don't think that was your wish.
I kept eating grapes, and it didn't work.
I just need one grape, one wish for me.
Yeah, I
I
think.
wish I would. That's my wish.
There you go.
I wish you would.
I wish you would.
You would.
Take another grape.
One wish.
And I wish you would too.
That's all 12 of her grapes. So I'm like, I just need one. Kim does all 12. I wish you would every month.
I think I have it on a broken record basically, and I'm like, just let it happen.
Yeah.
Just give me an opportunity to to make
ready
this
to go,
right
yeah.
the way that I need to.
All right, so you guys are sending out cards. You are staying on top of it. You're going to continue working hard through December, regardless of all the events that are
Yeah,
happening.
I mean, I don't think we're
actually
stopping.
launching a fun game for our
yeah.
for our team this month.
Yeah.
Nice. What kind of game is it?
It is the 12
ways of
12 ways of wire selfie scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's 12 different ways that they can market for the month of December
Nice.
to have business stacked up in the pipeline beginning in the new year.
And it's really just getting everyone out there. Not
That's
a
a
lot of
great
people
idea.
are confident enough to just go up and walk and talk to someone.
Drink.
So it's kind of like a scavenger hunt. So we're giving them a list of things to do, and they have to take a selfie with that person or place, so we know that it was done. And then, at the end, everyone's going to go and, get some prizes. So we're trying, and that way they've already put some feelers out there and have a lot of, irons in the fire, and maybe some of those will,
I think it's like has just enough structure and just enough fun because when I was on my own, I never had any direction.
Yeah.
It's like, make some sales. Okay.
Yeah. What do I do?
or the game is who's selling the most, who can sell the most. And you're like, well,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even
I
confident
don't know. What do I
talk
do?
to somebody. So
Yeah.
it's kind of giving them just some little fun stuff where they're kind of forced to do it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, it's because I'm doing a game. And so they're able to engage easier.
Absolutely. Okay, so what you're really telling us is continue to fill the pipeline.
This is the time to be doing that.
Yeah.
Right now is the time to plant the seeds, although it's not as quiet of a December as we're used to because of how Harvey
That's
upset
true.
everything.
Yeah.
Everybody who's getting back on their feet right now after the hurricane, they're actually buying homes right now.
Absolutely. So it's almost like, yeah, like what we talked about. December is going to be probably the best December that I think we've ever had.
Agreed.
So we have to stay on our toes and maybe not drink as much coquito or just enough.
Just enough.
Just enough.
Just keep
Just enough to keep it
that
fun.
slow burn going, yeah.
There you go. There you go. Well, thank you guys for joining us on today's show. We had
Thank
a
you.
great time having you guys. We'd have to have you guys here another time. We'll have to come up with some other controversial discussion to have.
All we are is controversy, Alan. We're ready.
I don't know.
appreciate
Someone
it.
called us the yin and the yang. Or
Yeah,
what
apparently
you say?
someone
The
dropped
yin
it in
and
there.
yang twins?
And Kim was also called
Cheech and
Mini
Chong.
Pitbull.
Dale.
Now, who's Cheech and who's Chong?
That's a good question. Did they
We have
say?
to figure that one out.
No, it
I'm gonna
doesn't
claim
say which
Cheech
one
because
is
they
which.
said my dad looked like Cheech Man.
Oh, yeah?
So I'll claim that one.
Well, thank you guys again for
You're
joining us.
welcome.
Thank you guys out there in the live studio audience, and thank you to our YouTube and Facebook followers who are watching this show. Don't forget that you can join us every Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., where we'll help you grow your real estate business. Again, you're on the Realty Ruckus out of the White Picket Realty Studios. Don't forget to keep up your ruckus, and we'll see you next time.
This has been the Realty Ruckus. Make sure and join us every Tuesday and Friday for new episodes. Find us on YouTube and Facebook for replays of previous episodes. And as always, keep elevating yourself and keep up your ruckus. Thanks for listening. Realty Ruckus has been brought to you by Smart Pig Media Productions.